Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to a game called Seiga Kaku uses her amazing Taoist arts and gives you a life lesson. Yes, there's no way to tell what the sound level is from this tile screen because there doesn't seem to be any music, so apologies if it gets real loud in a second. I paid like 20 cents for this game, so it might be terrible. But maybe it's funny. We shall see. Yeah, start. Hello, says question mark. Hear stuff. Let me see. How loud is it? Is it too loud, everyone? Let me know in the comments. Prefers. Okay. Be like here. Maybe that's better. Anyway, why is a human laying around here? She's here. Ah, you are alive. Good for you. You've piqued my interest. Would you like a gift? Why? Why not? The Tao, no wish is too extreme. Now, would you like to make a wish? First choice already. I can say yes, please, or no. What happens if you say no? That's fine. Good, even. If you can minimize your desires, you will be content with your life. Perhaps you'd like to join me in meditation instead. Meditate with her, or decline. I guess meditate. Let me go through the basics of Taoist meditation step by step. Just signal when you are ready to move on to the next step. First, posture. Straighten your back, as if you are being pulled up by a string attached to the top of your head. Next, breathing. Take a deep breath in, expanding the lower part of your abdomen, under the navel. Hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out while pushing in your abdomen. Okay. Feel your abdomen expand and contract as you breathe in and out. If your focus shifts, let it return to your lower abdomen. The point is to avoid distractions by anchoring your mind to your body. Now, close your eyes and focus solely on your breathing. Okie dokie. Yeah, meditation. Guess it's done now. Leaving, come back anytime. Game finished. Ending 5. Meditation with Seiga. Rumor has it that meditation is the key to a long life. What do you think? Okay, replay game. Then if I hit skip, it should go to the choices, yes. Say I'd rather not again. This time decline meditation. I see, bye. Game finished. Ending 3, Taoism, not even once. You dodged that conversation like the pros dodge bullets. Time to finish, 11 seconds. Personal best, 11 seconds. I see. Okay, sure, we'll take a wish. What would you like? Oh my goodness, there's a lot of choices. Success in relationships, success in self-actualization, power and influence, immortality, wealth, beauty. I don't know what I want. I don't want anything. Let's start by rejecting the question. I don't want it. Being content with who you are and what you have is the greatest gift. Instead of receiving a gift, would you like to join me in meditation? Okay, go back to the meditation run. Ending 4, there is more. Seiga has things she'd like to give you. Okay. Getting all the achievements. Sure. What do I want? I don't know what I want. That's okay. Perhaps you don't want anything very strong. That's right, or I just don't know what I want. I just don't know what I want. Only you can decide what you want. Ask yourself what makes you happy, what's meaningful to you. Other people can be used for inspiration and support, but don't let them discourage you from being you. If they truly care about you, they will let you be. Otherwise, you have to get rid of them. I see. Likewise, material possessions and wealth can also act as shackles. Is it really worth doing something you find meaningless just to get gold? There's one thing I would like to do for you. Seiga hands you an actual copy of the Daodejing, one of the fundamental texts on Taoism. Her copy appears to have several handwritten notes in the margins. Obtain Seiga's annotated Daodejing. It's not much, really, just a book. But if you take to heart what is written in it, you will go far. With that, I'll leave you to yourself. Come back anytime. Game finished. Ending 1. Peaceful encounter. You survived your encounter with Seiga. Does that imply that there are endings where I'm not going to survive? Go back here. Now the Daodejing is here. Daodejing. Okay, there's 100... there's 81 pages. It's the actual Daodejing. Interesting. Maybe we'll read the book after I see what the rest of the game is. Anyway, start again. What do I want? I don't know what I want, and that's right. I don't want anything too strong. Being content with who you are and what you have is the greatest gift. Then meditation. Then we get back on the meditation train. Okay. Going all the different branches. Okay, let's see. Did these two. Let's do wealth. See what happens with wealth. Seiga shrugs. I can only grant gifts of the soul. Okay. Wealth, no work. If I say wealth again, does she get mad? Seiga shrugs. I can only grant... Okay, no wealth. What about beauty? Here it goes. Taoist art, make you beautiful. Actually, I don't have to do anything, because you are already beautiful in my eyes. Even the most beautiful queen will horrify wild animals with her appearance, while slugs happily mate with other slugs. The queen and the slugs are just as beautiful, and so are you. Were you satisfied by your gift? I want to be beautiful to humans, or no, or yes. Let's just say yes. Glad I could be of help. Practice the Tao, and your wish will surely come to pass. It's one thing I would like to do for you. That she gives you an actual copy. Okay, game finished. Let's do it again. Let's do the rest of the beauty ones. Make you beautiful. Or you can say no. That's okay. The Tao is not showy or pleasing, but it works. Then she gives me the book again. Yep, okay. So far, we've had nothing but peaceful encounters. I want to be beautiful to humans. There are so many humans. Isn't it enough that I think you are beautiful? Beautiful as a slug. Besides, there's only one human you need to convince, and that's you yourself. If I, or anyone else, called you beautiful, you wouldn't believe it unless you already believed yourself to be beautiful. Please work hard to improve your self-confidence. There's one more thing, and then she gives me the book, right? Yes. Okay. Must do more. Okay. These ones have ... so I wonder if there's, like, more to those. So let's do immortality, and hope that she doesn't do something more. Seiga shrugs. Sometimes the universe just decides that someone should stay eternally young and beautiful. It can't be helped, really. The ancient Taoist masters did it by meditating all day, and living in perfect harmony with nature. This way, they could live without expending any energy and without aging. And when they eventually got bored of it all, they flew up to heaven. I don't plan to ever get bored of it all, so I used Chinese alchemy instead. And no, I can't help you become immortal. I've made sure of that. Just imagine if people thought I could turn them immortal. They'd pester me to no end, and I'd have no time to enjoy my own immortality. So how about another gift? So if I say immortality again, is it the repeat? Yeah, okay. Let's see. Success in relationships, success in self-actualization, power, and influence. Let's do that one. Guess there's no harm in sharing this one. I want people to do what I want, or I want to be a leader. Let's start with the leader one. Here it goes. Wow, Taoist art, key to power. To get people to entrust you with powers, be someone people feel that they can trust. There are no shortcuts. For example, if you have to do necromancy, don't do it in front of people. That's how I earned the trust of a prince back in the days. Are you satisfied by your gift? Yes, no, or that's just common sense, not real power. You want real power? If the power to control other people was really real, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Humans are interesting precisely because you cannot control them. But I can always turn you into something unhuman if you insist. Yoshika. Look, she's here. Good morning. Taoist art, undead life lesson. Oh no. Zombie bite. Yoshika pounces at you. Before you have time to react, her sharp teeth has pierced her skin. Feeling of coldness radiate from your wound. Seiga reaches for a paper talisman. Let's see how you like being controlled. As the world fades to black, you feel something on your forehead. Your mind slows down, and your thoughts fade away. You turned into a Jiangshi. Game finished. Ending 2, Undead Life Lesson. You spend some time as a Jiangshi, dutifully carrying out Seiga's orders, as written on the paper talisman on your forehead. Since Yoshika's bite was not fatal, your transformation into undead servant is only temporary. After a couple of days, you return to life. Cool. So it's all fine in the end. Okay, let's do the rest of the power and influence. Let's see leader again. There was a few more choices there. Save here so I can get to him better. No. Okay. That's just the book again. Load this. And yes, and that I assume it's just the book again. Okay. Okay, power and influence, we'll choose the other one. Though it might be the same stuff. I want people to do what I want. Here it goes. Taoist art, key to power. It's folly to try to control other people. If you force them to do something against their will, they will just resent you for it. Instead, have people do what they would want to do on their own. By working with people and not against them, you save a lot of energy. For example, I do not have to aim my attacks because they naturally seek out the life force of my opponents. Just like an infant naturally searches for its mother. Are you satisfied by your gift? That's just common sense. I assume that's the zombie ending again. You want real power? Yep, zombie ending. Okay. Let's see, there's a couple more. Let's do success and self-actualization. I'd be happy to help with that. What are you interested in specifically? Want to be successful? I wish I knew what to do with my life. I wish I could control my emotions better. Let's overwrite this one. I wish I could control my emotions. I want to be successful. I should be able to fix that. Here it goes. Taoist art, Taoist wisdom. My best advice is stop thinking about success or failure. Instead of focusing on outcomes, focus on the present. Break up the task at hand into smaller tasks, and think about how to best achieve each smaller task, and then just do your best. Whether you fail or succeed, you learn something. And if your failure is a disgrace in the eyes of other people and limits your future opportunities, do you really need the approval of such people and such opportunities? Are you satisfied by your gift? I assume they're both going to be the same. That's okay, it's not showing. Yep, that's the same one. And then say yes. Yes, and then she gives you the book. Let's see. Yes. Let's see. I want to be successful. I wish I knew what to do with my life. Let's see what I can do about that. Here it goes. Taoist art, Taoist wisdom. Only you can decide what your life is for. Ask yourself what makes you happy, what's meaningful to you. You can use other people for guidance and support, but don't let them get in your way. If they truly care about you, they will let you do what you have to do. Otherwise, you have to get rid of them. Likewise, material possessions and wealth can also act as shackles. Is it really worth doing something you find meaningless just to get gold? You're satisfied by your gift. Say yes, because I'm pretty sure it's the same stuff here. Okay, to the next question. I wish I could control my emotions better. It's a good wish. If you master yourself, no external circumstances will bring you down. Is there any specific emotion you struggle to control? Sad, angry, scared. It is complicated. Overwrite this one. I'm sad too often. I'll try to help you. Here it goes. Taoist art, emotional support. Extreme conditions, such as sadness, can make you feel as if you are not in control of yourself. But they are a part of you, and you can control them. You just need to learn how. If you want, I can teach you the basics of meditation. Meditate with Seiga, decline or unleash your sadness. You start crying. Seiga awkwardly lends you her shoulder. There. Protect Seiga. Oh no. Yawn. Jiangxi pounces at you. Her sharp teeth pierce her skin. Yoshika, that was uncalled for. But you are cute, so I forgive you. Feelings of coldness radiate from your wounds. Besides, turning into Jiangxi might have given an interesting perspective. Seiga reaches for a paper talisman. As the world fades to black, you feel something on your forehead. Your mind slows down, and your sadness fades away. Game finished. Turn it down. Okay. Yes, only a couple of days to return to life. Everything is fine. Do not worry. Let me load that last choice. Let's see, I'm angry too often. I'll try to help you. Here it goes. Emotional support. Extreme emotions such as anger can make you feel as if you're not in control of yourself. Let me see if it's anything new. Meditation. Unleash your anger. You yell at the world in anger. Protect Seiga. Oh no, same thing. Feelings of coldness radiate from your wound. Okay. Your mind slows down and your anger fades away. Okay. I'm often scared. Let me try to help. Taoist art, emotional support. Fear can be useful when the minions of hell come for you. Fear is what sharpens your senses and keeps you alive. But it takes a toll on your mind and body. Long-term fear will inhibit your body to grow as a person. Will inhibit your ability to grow as a person. That's what I said. If you want better control of your emotions, I could teach you the basics of meditation. You feel that someone is behind you. You turn around and spot a Jiangxi. Ah, good timing, Yoshika. Can I eat that one? Yoshika looks at you with hungry eyes. This is Yoshika. Although she is my underling, her mastery of meditation is greater than mine. In a sense. If you have a couple of days to spare, she could teach you how to clear your mind better than anyone else. Meditate with Seiga, decline, or study with Yoshika. Study with Yoshika. Taoist art, undead life lesson. Oh no, this one again. Nom. Feeling of coldness. Mind slows and your fear fades away. Game finished. Okay. Let's see, let's load back over here. That it is more complicated. I'll do my best. Here it goes. Taoist art, emotional support. It's not strange to lack words to describe how you feel. Emotions are complicated. Still, if you think it'd help you to be in control of your emotions, I'd like to teach you the basics of meditation. Would you like that? Sure. Then it's all the meditation stuff. Okay, let's see. Actually, you don't need to load, just go back to the beginning. Yes, please. Success in relationships. More specifically, I want to be loved, I want to make friends, I want to belong somewhere. Okay, let's save over this. Go from here. I want to be loved. I should be able to help you with that. Here I go. Taoist art, relationship advice. Let's be clear, you cannot use the Tao to force people to love you. Oh, I'm not saying that you were thinking of that. If you want someone special to love you, the only thing you can do is to act in such a way that they will fall in love with you on their own. There are no shortcuts. However, if you just want to be loved by anyone, not someone in particular, that's much easier. Just find someone that will easily love you. A dog, for example. Corpses also work nicely, or dolls and plushies, any inanimate object, really. Were you satisfied by your gift? Sure. Next one. I want to make friends. I can help with that. Here I go. Taoist art, friendship advice. Cultivate your skills and character, and people will naturally flock to you. It's misguided to seek friendship for its own sake. There's a risk that you become too attached to other people's opinion of you, so that you can't reach your true goal in life. Still, there's nothing wrong in interacting with people. In particular, helping other people is a noble cause, if you think that really is your goal. Satisfied by your gift? Yes. Okay. Next question. I want to belong somewhere. That's a nice wish that I'll be happy to grant you. Here it goes. Taoist art, Taoist wisdom. As with all feelings, your sense of belonging rests within yourself. If you are content with yourself, you will feel as if you belong anywhere. It may be tempting to change yourself to fit in, but since you can only guess what other people want from you, you will always be stuck asking yourself if you are good enough. That is, until you yourself feel that you are good enough. Instead of changing yourself to fit other people, ask yourself what you want, regardless of what other people find impressive or useful. Being useless is actually highly useful. People will not bug you for favors if they think you are useless. If you have problems coming to peace with your uselessness, I could teach you the basics of meditation. Are you interested? But I want to be useful, or I'm not useless. I'm not useless. Yes, that's the spirit. Nurture a strong sense of usefulness. Refute anyone who calls you useless. You've got it. Then she gives you the book. Okay. I want to be useful. Then make it your goal in life to be useful to some person or group. You can ask them or study them to figure out what you should do for them and how you should think. But make no mistake, being useful to others won't make you find peace or a sense of belonging. Until you've adopted their mindset, you are stuck depending on them for external validation. You will only find true peace once you can look within yourself and feel valid. You often hear people say that they are happy to serve their community. But the real reason they are happy is because they serve their own idea of what their community is like. There's one more thing. Give me the book. Yeah. Return to title. Excellent. The Jiang sheet. There's a new thing here. Okay. Study with Seiga is also a new thing here. I think. But first, let's look at the daodejing again. The daodejing. Align your mind with nature. Let soul and body be one. Is it possible for them not to part ways? With close attention to our breath, return to your true state. Yes, it's a lot of stuff. Maybe we should start at the beginning. The Tao that can be stated is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the origin of heaven and earth. The named is the mother of the myriad things. Thus, by constantly having no desire, one views its essence. By constantly having desire, one views its shell. These two have the same origin, but they differ in name. Together, they are called mystery. One mystery plus another mystery is the source of all wonders. Why is this on page 1? To warn that words can never fully describe the Tao. Words are useful, but if we focus solely on them, we only experience the intellectual shell around reality. The real reality is outside our heads, beyond our understanding. The reality inside our head and the reality outside have the same origin, and combining them is the source of all wonders. How profound. If everybody knows what beauty is, then ugliness is known. If everybody knows what goodness is, then evil is known. Therefore, the above are shells or labels. Distinctions that merely exist in our heads. Being and non-being give birth to one another. Hard and easy are mutually formed. Long and short shape each other. High and low complement each other. Music and voice are harmonized with each other. Front and back follow one another. Hence, The sages focus on uncontrived actions in their works. Act according to your nature. Practice wordless teachings. Any teachings expressed in words will fail to capture the essence. The myriad things arise but are disregarded. Reject the myriad schools of philosophy. The sages produce but do not own. Produce teachings but do not make them your own philosophy. Act but do not express. Moral laws are just rationalizations of feelings. Accomplish work but do not dwell on it. And do not capture the essence. Do not dwell on it, and thus it never departs. Fascinating. Well, enough reading that. Let's see some of this other stuff. Study with Seiga. You want me to teach you about the Tao? What do you want to hear about? General concepts, specific pages, or nothing? Imagine just showing up here and being like, nothing. Oh, that's okay. Goodbye. General concepts. The Tao. The Tao is the fundamental, most abstract concept. Just like easy and hard are different facets of a more abstract concept that we know as difficulty, the Tao is the abstract from which all other concepts spring. Since we cannot directly observe the Tao, we have to observe it through the myriad things. But if we can't see beyond the shells of the myriad things, we will never see the Tao. Did you want to know about anything else? Virtue. Your virtues are your innermost qualities. For example, a tree grows toward the sun by virtue of being a tree, assuming nothing interferes with it. Please do your best to bloom into a beautiful tree. Do not let the fake virtues of the moralists get in your way. Do you want to know about anything else? Uncontrived action. Uncontrived actions are actions that are aligned with your inner virtues. Like water flowing downhill, uncontrived actions give you energy, because you are moving with the flow of the universe. This is the principle behind my arts and spells. Do you want to know about anything else? The mystic feminine. Yin, the dark virtue, the mystic feminine. The shaded side. This is the flexible, submissive, cosmic principle. It's a great virtue that lets you adapt to any circumstance and end any conflict. By submitting yourself to the cosmos, you will find your natural place in the order of things and live a good life. Yoshika possesses this feminine essence in abundance. She does what she is supposed to do, unthinkingly, like water flowing downhill. I might have nudged you into asking about this just to boast about how cute Yoshika is. Do you want to know about anything else? The mystic masculine. Yang, the sun virtue, the mystic masculine. It's the purposeful, domineering principle. It's a great virtue that lets you stick to your principles, assuming the people around you accept it. Perhaps I have a bit too much of it, and so I had to become a hermit, and relocate to a faraway island. Do you want to know about anything else? That was all of it. Just skip through that again. Specific pages. You can read the daodejing anytime from the menu. If you want to read while I explain, I'll wait for you. Interesting. So, like, if I do this, yeah, I can read it while there. Okay, let's read those first 3 pages that we already read. Or maybe we only read 2, I don't know. Let's look at them. The Tao that can be stated is not the eternal Tao. This means the Tao cannot be fully described by words. Even a single block of wood is too complex for words. You can divide it into smaller and smaller fibers, each with its unique shape. It never ends. This block of wood, along with all objects, concepts, emotions, are all aspects of the Tao. So the Tao is definitely impossible to describe. Rather than describe it, we can understand the Tao by experiencing, by nurturing a feeling of oneness with the universe. In contrast, selfish desires fracture your view of the Tao. Desire for material wealth produces more and more goods, more and more names. Desire for knowledge creates more and more concepts, yet more names. Not that there is anything wrong with this. All these new things are also part of the Tao. Also, isn't it funny how the first page of the book tells you not to trust words? You can think of words like fish bait. Once you've caught the fish, you forget about the bait. Once you've caught the meaning, you can forget about the words. Words and intelligence are not the primary lens to view the world through. Experiences and feelings are. It's only humans that have to think with words. All other animals are able to do without. Fascinating. Let's do page 2 as well. If everybody knows what goodness is, then evil is known. By dividing the world into categories, we lose sight of the underlying unity of all concepts, which is the Tao. It is also too simplistic. If you convince yourself that lying is bad and promise to never lie, that promise would surely get you in trouble. And if you promise yourself to never get in trouble, your life might end up boring. So you should get in trouble when you feel like it. Lie when you feel like it. Don't worry about whether you are good or evil. This is what is meant by uncontrived actions, actions that are aligned with your inner qualities. The rest of this page tries to describe the qualities of a sage. Sages are not selfish because we do not think of ourselves, we just act according to our nature. To call me selfish would be like calling the sun selfish for going down every evening, as if it could do otherwise. The sun is a shining example of an uncontrived actor. Every day, it gives life to all the myriad things without giving it a single thought. Imagine if the sun could think. Soon, it'd get the bright idea of demanding that we worship it in return for its light. Do you want to know about anything else? Nothing more. Come back anytime. You study Taoism with Seiga. Studied with Seiga. Study the daodejing. Cool. Further studies Jiangxi life. Let's do the Jiangxi life. You are a level 1 Jiangxi. You're at the graveyard. You are protecting the graveyard from intruders. You see something. It's a bird. Attack the bird, or no need to. Don't attack the bird. You don't think that the bird is a threat. Although you don't think, you feel as if the experience made you smarter. Level up. You are now a level 2 Jiangxi. You gained 1 intelligence, total 2. You are protecting the graveyard from intruders. You see something behind a gravestone. It's a forgotten umbrella. Attack the umbrella. Its eggplant-like color is offensive to the eyes. Attack the umbrella. Or no need to. Let's just do nothing. You don't think umbrellas are intruders. They are shaped more like trees. You don't attack trees. Did you just think again? Feel smarter. Level up. You are now a level 3 Jiangxi. Gained 1 intelligence, total 3. Protecting the graveyard from intruders. Here's something moving to the left. It's a Jiangxi. Attack the Jiangxi. No need to, or agree to them. Good morning. Is it still morning? Don't know. Good afternoon, maybe? Is it really afternoon? Don't know. Good morning, maybe. Good day, maybe. Good afternoon, maybe. Good night, maybe. Please wake me up at 10 p.m. Good night. You are not sleepy. You walk away. We can't protect the graveyard like this. We need to protect the graveyard. You don't know how or why, but you ended up protecting the graveyard without causing trouble. Great Seiga, great Seiga, great Seiga. You are a good underling. Maybe I should make it permanent. Nah, long-term corpse maintenance is too much work. Bonus ending 1, mildly competent guardian. There are a total of 3 bonus endings. One of them requires you to make a specific set of choices. Good luck. I see. Okay, level 1. Attack the squirrel. You leap towards the invading squirrel. It runs up a tree. You stand guard at the base of the tree, making sure that... You can't remember what you were doing, but the graveyard appears to be safe. Complete victory. You're now a level 2 Jiangxi. Gained 1 strength. Protecting the graveyard from intruders. You see something behind a gravestone. It's a forgotten umbrella. Attack the umbrella. You feel strong. It feels good. You leap at the umbrella. Oh no, not you again. The umbrella flies away. Fusing victory. You wish you could have eaten the umbrella. You are now level 3 Jiangxi. Gained 1 strength. And then... They look strong. Maybe you are stronger. Attack them. Eating strong ones will make you stronger. You leap towards them, head first. They deflect your face with a punch. It doesn't hurt, but you feel dizzy. Oh, are you new? Don't eat me. I'm poisonous. I will wake you up at 10 p.m. She forgets to wake you up. Good morning. I patch you up, but please try not to get damaged. It's a pain to repair you, and if you really die, this would be permanent. Good luck out there, my cute underling. Bonus ending 2, needy Jiangxi. Seiga thinks that you're a needy Jiangxi that wants to be repaired, but perhaps you're just incompetent. I see. Okay, let's be smart again. And this time, there's a more intense description. Feels strong, it feels good, you leap with the umbrella. No. Okay. I can only attack her, no need to. She nods at you. You don't get in her way, you are to protect the graveyard. Okay, we did okay. Great to Seiga. You're a good underling. Maybe I should make it permanent. But she won't. Okay, that was ending one again. Let's try more options. Let's not attack squirrel. Don't attack the eggplant. Maybe greet them. But turn off the auto. Don't know. Is it really afternoon? Let's see. Morning. Day. Afternoon. Good evening, maybe. Good evening. Is it still evening? Don't know. Afternoon, maybe. Is it really afternoon? Good day, maybe. Good day. It's definitely day. Keep up the good work. You walk away. You can't protect the graveyard like this. You need to protect it. Great Seiga. Okay. There's apparently 3 endings. I don't know how to get the other one, though. Attack squirrel. Then don't attack umbrella. Don't attack many Seigas. Okay, if there's a secret win, I don't know it. But we did the Jiangxi life. What's further studies got? Hey, Seiga calls out to you from a distance. Dodge this. Whoa, what is this? Is this actually game? Nicely dodged. Okay, very simple. For this session, I wanted you to experience a friendly level of Dan Mako, since Dan Mako is such a nice example of a wordless teaching. When you dodge when you attack, what went through your mind? Take a moment and try to remember. Do you think I'm going to dodge like this, or did you just do it instinctively? I'd bet it was your instincts. No one dodges Dan Mako by thinking, I'm going left, then a bit up, then a bit right, and so on, as they dodge. Which isn't to say that words like that can't be used. Having a plan primes your instinct, but it's still instinct in the end. When dodging Dan Mako, we strip away the facade of words and become the same as every other living creature. Even the smallest insect intuitively knows to avoid harm. It doesn't need any scholar to tell it what's good or bad. It doesn't even need a language. So, do you have any questions for me? Do you often attack humans like this? What would you have done if I got hit? Why should humans adhere to the same philosophy as insects? No questions. Save in slot 1. Do you often attack humans like this? I love humans, so I only attack them for good reasons. Okay. What would you have done if I got hit? I would have healed you, of course. Just a single hit would have not been bad for me. Why should humans adhere to the same philosophy as insects? What good is a philosophy if it doesn't even apply to insects? Well, even though it's against the Tao, I guess there's no reason one's philosophy has to be universal. But such a person wouldn't only be at odds with the universe, but also against their own instincts. You'll wear out and grow old if you go against your inner insect like that. And even if you don't want to live forever, a bug's mindset might be practical if you ever meet a bug yokai. No more questions. Come back at any time. Then there's a dialogue. Well, let's go back and not dodge. Sorry, I wanted to show you how you naturally dodge Dan Mako without having to think in words. So give me 1 second, it might be lagging. That's what it says at the bottom of the screen. Okay, no one dodges Dan Mako by thinking I'm going left and all that. Well, I bet it would have helped if I had told you beforehand, but in the moment of dodging, there's no time for words. The words are just used to prepare your instincts. When avoiding immediate danger, we are the same as every other creature. Even the smallest insect intuitively knows how to avoid harm. It doesn't need scholars and stuff. Now let me heal your wound, and then you can ask questions. How do you heal people? People get ill when their souls are in conflict with each other. So to cure illnesses and remain healthy, you align the wills of your souls. This can be done through internal means such as meditation, breathing techniques, and by minimizing your desires. Or through external means like medicine, acupuncture, talismans, or rituals. In severe cases, souls may even leave the body. Losing even one soul will make a person sick or mad, and losing all souls is lethal. Since I have some skill in manipulating souls, I can easily heal people. A person has several souls. Each person has 3 Hun souls and 7 Po souls. The Hun are associated with the masculine and active Yang, and govern personality and will, while the Po, also known as animal souls, are associated with the Yin and govern the body and emotions. To live in harmony with yourself, you need to align the desires of all your 10 souls. You see why it'd be easier if you minimize your desires? Oh, is that why that touhou game is 10 desires? I don't know. Learning lore. By the same argument, wouldn't it be simpler to attain enlightenment if you could reduce the number of souls? The active Hun go to the afterlife for judgment upon death, while the passive Po can linger in the body. Meaning that Yoshika only has her feminine Po souls, with no strong will of their own. A single talisman is enough to bring her souls in order so that she can achieve enlightenment. By some standards, she is very, very sick, but I find it wonderful. I see. Also, now she's in the background. Now she's leaving. Okay, hop away. Leave now. Now there is a dialogue. Hey, today's session is going to be extra exciting. You'll see why in a moment. Just wait right here. Where did she go, Toya Satomimi no Miko? My, Lady Toyo Satomimi. Long name. Sneaking around to meet with a commoner out here in the bushes. Unlike some, I do have a sense of shame. But it'll take more than shame to stop me from stalking you today. I will not let you lead the people astray. Just like I led you astray some 1,400 years ago. Something like that. It's good to see you again, teacher. You've been avoiding me since I resurrected. Why? I know some of my recent projects make you uncomfortable, so I subject you to them. Indeed. So what are you doing with this human? You both look at you in silence. Just teaching them Lao Zi's daodejing. Nothing that could ever be dangerous. That is pretty harmless. So what are you really up to? Such slander, but someone who has embraced simplicity and naturalness have ulterior motives? Absolutely, if that someone is you. Care to explain how teaching Lao Zi could ever be dangerous? The daodejing is almost Zen Buddhism, which you deemed safe for the people. If you were the teacher, I'd be worried regardless of what you're teaching. Seiga turns towards you. And this, my dear student, brings us to today's exciting topic. Lady Toya Satomimi will now teach us her views on Taoism. Somehow, things always end up the way you want. It's because my actions align with the flow of the universe. You've been playing my game all along. Fine, but where do I start? Why not let our student decide? What is Taoism? Can knowledge be dangerous? What do you have against Buddhism? Why do you disapprove of Seiga? And no questions. Let's save over this one. What is Taoism? Taoism is about living in tune with the world in order to bring about good fortune, good governance, long life, and even immortality. To make this less abstract, let's make the following observation. When you are truly engaged in something, you'll not think of sleep, you forget about eating, yet you still find the energy to accomplish more than you normally would. If you could live your entire life in a state like that, you'd never exhaust your vital energies, and so you'd be able to live forever. Now, while everyone enters that state once in a while, it's not a state most people can willingly enter. This is the difficulty Taoism seeks to address. Over the years, people have come up with many different answers. As an aside, let me make the following observation. People who purely indulge in their personal whims tend to ruin themselves. For example, the peasant who overindulges in laziness doesn't get to eat. A decadent prince brings their dynasty to ruin. Since indulgence doesn't lead to longevity, it can't be the answer that Taoism seeks. To prosper, you should follow the whims of the world, not merely the whims of the self. This is what Lao Tzu means with changing respecting yourself into respecting the world. Because once your whims are aligned with the world's, you'll experience that state of flow while being not lazy, not decadent, not stupid. Not bad, but Lady Toya Samite, what are the whims of the world? You're not the one who's supposed to be asking questions here. What are the whims of the world? We can glean into the will of the world by learning from prosperous individuals. Their prosperity is proof that the world favors them. Care must be taken to adapt their examples to our own circumstances, so that we find the overlap between the whims of the world and ourselves. Lady Toyo, you yourself were prosperous for about 50 years, but then you were dead for 1,400 years. If I didn't know about your imminent resurrection, I'd be tempted to conclude that you weren't an individual worth emulating. Even in death, I was honored and respected. This is also prosperity. You're only able to rejoice at this because you're now alive. What do the dead care but honor and respect? Immortality is not the only way to prosper. A skilled craftsman is worthy of respect, but unless their craft is alchemy, it won't lead them to immortality. For most people, their best shot at permanent prosperity is to live a life that their family and peers would consider worthy of honoring and remembering. This also aligns with people's nature. People feel best when they live in harmony with their neighbors. This is why most people's true natures approximately align with the 5 virtues of Confucianism: benevolence, righteousness, propriety, wisdom, and trustworthiness. Lady Toyo, I've heard of a faraway country where people hold the 5 virtues to be cruelty, selfishness, cowardice, stupidity, and cannibalism. Since people feel best when they live in harmony with their neighbors, these virtues must be their true nature and align with the will of the world. I doubt such a country exists, but even if it did, why would you expect the nature of every person to be the same? My point is, if an individual's whims can be wrong, why couldn't the whims of a people be wrong? Lao Tzu wrote the daodejing, as a refugee from a society about to collapse due to war. For him, rejecting society led to longevity. But we are not at war. You're not adapting his example to our current circumstances. Every teaching has its historical context. Lao Tzu was an enlightened sage, but that was 2,000 years ago in an age of violence. In this context, his teachings are correct, but we live in a peaceful age. A modern sage does not retreat from society, since Confucius teaches how to live in harmony in society. A modern sage does not reject Confucius. You said that people's true natures tend to naturally align with Confucian values. If so, why would they need Confucius to teach them anything? Let the student ask the question. Why do we need Confucius? If our natures tend to align with Confucian values, why do we need to study Confucius? Because what we study affects our natures. For example, before the invention of cooking, it was natural to eat raw food. But with the benefits of cooking known, it would be unnatural to not cook your food. It's the same with the teachings of the sages. Confucius especially points out that even though most people are not perfectly virtuous by nature, they are able to recognize the benefits of the virtues. So if we make the benefits of virtue clearer, the people will naturally act as if they are virtuous. This is how virtue arises through study. We cook and eat food to be strong and healthy. It's a natural desire. Yet some people take poison to be loyal and honorable. The fake virtues you speak of perverted their desires. Who are you to call someone perverted? There's nothing unnatural about self-destructive desires. Everyone has them. Study ethics. Even these desires can be put to good use. There are causes worth dying for. The prince wants people to die for her. I want people to think hard about what they want to achieve, not just be ruled by their instincts like beasts. Can knowledge be dangerous? Of course it can. Teaching an alcoholic where to find alcohol, for example. It's natural to want to drink. It's only a problem when you desire to be free of your desire for alcohol. Alcoholics may both desire alcohol and desire to not desire alcohol. How to pick which desire to satisfy. This is why you need intelligence and morals. Animals may have simple desires, but in turn they run into our snares and die, because they make the wrong choices. It's the same with alcoholics and gamblers. Why should I, as a ruler, leave society full of snares for people to fall into? It's not that you should, but often deciding what people should desire leads to tyranny. But since you can understand a person's 10 desires, you might just be able to guide the people. I do my best. We should go to a bar in the human village. I'm sure you could find a few drunks who could help. My ability isn't very useful once people are drunk, since their desires tend to be simple by then. An opium for the people, like Buddhism. A Buddhism that's bad for the liver and makes you regret it the day after. A Buddhism that turns you into a zombie and is transmittable through bites and scratches. What? Just a pet project of mine. You're horrible, you know that, right? Right. Okay. What do you have against Buddhism? Buddhism is for shattering evil. Taoism is for promoting goodness. Buddhism is anti-birth. Taoism is anti-death. They are complementary views of the same truths, but they are different in their use. It is said that at the fall of the Zhou dynasty, Lao Tzu traveled west to teach the Tao to the barbarians. The result is Buddhism. For example, its insistence on abstinence from alcohol and sex is useful for people who cannot be expected to master the proper drinking and sexual techniques. Most Buddhists would object to this narrative, though. Well, there are no Buddhists here to object. And the ones we have in Gensokyo also reject death, and clearly haven't relinquished their barbarous ways. Perhaps it's the case that the more you deny yourself, the worse it gets when you free yourself of doctrines. You're even worse, you know. Why do you disapprove of Seiga? For manipulating the corpses and spirits of the dead, obviously. I hate the kind of Taoist who goes out of their way to break every taboo just to show how natural and unconstrained they are. It's always the living who complain about the treatment of the dead. The dead are comfortable no matter what, having forgotten the difference between comfort and discomfort. You shouldn't disregard the feelings of the living. If I cared about the feelings of others, I'd be long dead myself. It's already difficult enough for me to understand and satisfy my own desires. I can't read the desires of others like you, so it's best for me to just ignore them. How do you go from that to, I have to mess around with corpses? I've always wanted to heal the world. Necromancy is just a very powerful form of healing, combining the willlessness of the corpse with the will of the healer. For someone practicing wordless teachings, you sure have a way of twisting words. Why did you teach Taoism to Miko if you disagree on everything? I will only teach you if you bend to my will, is something a wicked hermit would say. Miko is the most promising leader of our age. If anyone can understand and harmonize the full complexity of human nature, it is her. Even if she is a dirty neo-Taoist. I'm just amazed. Humble, too. You're a neo-Taoist. What is Seiga? A hedonist, maybe an anarchist, both ancient schools of Taoism that understandably have fallen out of fashion. I'm just me. As for why these teachings fell out of fashion, it's clear to me why most governments would suppress them. Only safe versions of Taoism allowed. I can see why a prince prefers neo-Taoism. Most people simply prefer living in a society over living naked in a cave. Naked, is that how you think of me? No, some hedonists were just known for being naked. Seems to me like you wish I was a hedonist. Stop it. I see. No more questions. Okay, bye-bye. Goodbye. And after you've walked for a bit, Seiga appears out of the earth. It'd be funny if you would read this and ask Miko about his content, next time she decides to interfere. Seiga hands you the 17-article Constitution, Japan's first written constitution, authored by Miku when she was still human. Have fun. So interesting. Miko's Constitution. This game just keeps adding new options. Oh, it's 17 pages long. Harmony is to be valued, and avoidance of wanton opposition to be honored. All men are influenced by their biases. There are few who are intelligent. Hence there are some who disobey their lords and fathers, or who maintain feuds with the neighboring villages. But when those above are harmonious, and those below are friendly, and there is concord in the discussion of business, right views of things spontaneously gain acceptance, then what is there which cannot be accomplished? Okay. This is some nice lore. We'll read this maybe another time. Okay, I think I shall end this game here. Get this off screen. Return. There we go. If you want to see more, like I can read Miku's Constitution and actually read the daodejing, why not? Book reading. And then we can see what a dialogue +1 means. I assume it has to do with the Constitution. So we should probably actually read it. So everyone, If you enjoyed this and want to see more, let me know in the comments. Also, liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing in general are appreciated. The most important thing, though, that thou must absolutely do is have a nice day. Thank you for watching. See you next time.